Estamos. Tudo bem. Dá para ver daqui, assim, se for lá no final a gente vem aqui, olha aqui. Yeah, let's see if I'm gonna give the interference. Two people,
I'll wait for you to start on Instagram and then focus on YouTube. Yeah. When you start presenting.
Sim.
Chat aqui.
Como que é?
Não vejo chat.
Se ele acabou, talvez se ele ficou com o computador, ele estava fazendo. Não sei da chute, a gente pega o computador.
Depois eu vou chat, tá vendo?
Se virar de lado, será que é porque não começou? Não, começou, não tô não.
Começou a eu consegui ver e tal.
Não tem dentro. Pergunta se ele já acabou com o computador. Wait 1 more minute until we get to 7. Stop. Hello, hello. It's arriving. Olá, Olivia. Hello, how you doing? Good evening. Punctual. Be on time. How did your night finish yesterday? It's all good? Olivia, can you hear me well? Just testing. And the image is good, similar to yesterday. No, não foi ainda. I'm talking, yeah. Yes, I can hear well. I'm so excited about tonight. So awesome, thank you. It's hard to know how you're going out there. Olivia, where are you from? Are you in Australia? Melbourne. Awesome. And are you Australian or Brazilian? Oi, Milena. Oi, querida. Brasileira, Olivia brasileira também. Brasileira em Melbourne. Ai, que legal, que legal. Que legal. Tá bom. Vamos ver. Quem sabe se não entra nenhum australiano hoje, a gente pode falar um pouquinho mais de português. Mas como fica gravado no canal, vou fazer inglês. Não tô conseguindo ler também. Ué, mas ele tava usando a internet lá?
Onde mostrou aqui mais ou menos.
Eu não encontrei o cartãozinho. Vamos lá, então. A gente já vai fazer 5 minutinhos aqui. Vou colocar a live no Instagram também. Hello, good evening. We're live on Instagram and YouTube. There's 2 options. Last night we could do Instagram as well until the end. So let's see how we go tonight. If we can keep both, that's good. If not, if anything happened with the Instagram transmission, then you go to the YouTube, the link in the bio. Hello, Samantha. How you going? Yeah, my helper is here today again. Christine, you want to say hello to people here?
Hello.
Come here. Yeah, I have a friend here helping me heaps. She was here yesterday. Christine is here. Yeah. Okay. I think that's time. It's 5 minutes past 7. Should we start? Yeah, it's all good. Excellent. All good. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being here. Yesterday we had a nice evening. I think think a few years was here for yesterday, and we can share a little bit more in the end. The record from yesterday is still available if you want to watch or if you want to send to someone and share. So I'm going to leave that for a few days as well, this one. So I'm going to leave live the recording for a few days. And I'd like to start honoring the Banjalan Nation. That's where we are, the land that we live now in Australia. The first owners of this land, I would like to honor these people and ask the blessings through this night. And as well, all our ancestors. So my great grandma, my grandma, my mother, and all of you as well. So I hope they with here as well and blessing us that this communication, these windows, this wisdom between women get to the heart, and get with the right path, right place. I want as well ask, yesterday we did that exercise, so maybe if someone new here, we did that exercise just to get in contact with your body and with yourself. What's your intention? So what was your purpose that you felt attracted to something like this, to come here tonight? So for my experience, there is 3 reasons. Two main reasons, you might have your other ones. So the main one usually that we come attracted to a new knowledge like that would be for pain. So there's something not quite well with our body, or we are in pain, we're feeling some uncomfortable symptom. The second option would be you see an opportunity. So you have been hearing that there is a lot to learn about menstrual cycle. There's a lot to learn from ancestral medicines about women's health. And you see opportunity to improve. And the third one, that where really is my main goal, the end goal of that work for me, is vision. So you have the vision that by being healthy and enjoying this opportunity, we can change the society. We can change ourselves, start like little bits, and then slowly we communicate that to our family, to our daughters, and then we can change the society together. So that's the vision. So just get a little bit with yourself and think. You can just share which stage are you, which stage you're more connected to start with, and as well your age, just to understand which stage you are. Give you a few minutes for that. I know that there is a delay, a little bit of a delay. Seeing in the comments, if anybody want to share anything, I might have some delay. So when you share, hi Christina. And when you share, I might see a little bit later, but that's okay. So let's go. So just remembering as well that last night someone got a prize, and tonight I want to do more. So I have for tonight the Ayurvedic planner that looks like a lot of people want. That's made from 2 Ayurvedic therapists. It's actually from Gold Coast. It's a beautiful planner. That's mine. But they donate one for us. And by the end of the night, Christine is going to help to choose someone to get that prize. And we're probably going to do another prize that's a product from this line that I have, the beauty products, Ayurvedic products, a facial mask. Probably maybe for people that share this on the social media or send me any testimonial, any comment, how you feel in this class, what you learn, or share in the social media to help us spread that message. So we're going to choose one person as well to get a present. So stay with us until the end of the night to get that. And just to keep us awake and a little bit more fun. Last night, I can very, very quick just give a review what we saw, just to put the people that are not here last night. So the main things we learned, a summary, very gentle, quickly summary what we learned yesterday, that there is a cycle. Né? Women, we are cyclic. We did, once or not, our body works under the influences of a cycle. It's biological impossible to act and produce in the same way every day. And then with that, I explain the cycle of Ayurveda, né? How Ayurveda sees the menstrual cycle. And I use the archetype of the goddess of the doshas to classify each cycle, né? Which phase of the cycle. So I presented the Vata goddess in our menstrual days. And I explain all the weakness and potencies that she hides for us. And then the Kapha goddess that goes through pre-ovulation and ovulation. And then our Pitta warrior, that is the premenstrual strength week. That was one of the things we learned. Another one is the importance of tracking your cycle, because if you don't use that information, you are blind in the world. The third one is to understand who are your inner goddess in each phase of the cycle. So how your inner goddess really perform. Just a second. The dog wanna come in. Baby, can you get Joker? So to understand your cycle in your phase is observing. So there is this knowledge of Ayurveda, and you can use any ancient medicine as a knowledge to understand each phase of the cycle, but you have to observe your body. Who are you in each phase? And then in the end, the fourth learning was I need to understand that each phase depends on the phase of before. So what that means, how I treat myself during my bleeding days is what's going to result in my premenstrual days, how I treat myself during ovulation, and all that acts in a cascade, and that for a lifetime. And so it's very hard to treat something in the moment. So just wanna palliative care at the moment. It's possible to do a few things, but really to change, to get a substantial change, we have to learn how to change habits in a whole cycle. That was basically what we learned yesterday. So today we go to the fifth learning, so the 50th point. And today is a little bit more practical, yesterday was a bit more conceptual. Today is a little bit more practical in the way we're gonna talk more about daily things. So our 50th point is something a bit deep. Can get a bit deep because it's a new way to look into. That's the Ayurvedic way, evolutionary way to look into menstrual health. Is how the endometrium is formed. So the endometrium is, that's a presentation of a uterus. So coming to me would be almost a real size. So we know uterus has a pear shape and the ovaries like a walnut shape. Né? And then the uterus is a muscle. We know muscle that contracts, get tense with the pelvic floor. But inside is this skin, this tissue, that's in the endometrium. So all these cells will build it up during the cycle and then shed in the days the menstrual bleeding, right? So that's the endometrium. So how that tissue is formed, and actually how the quality of the whole reproductive tissue, I mean the quality of the follicle that will be developed, that holds your eggs and will develop every month and then release a new egg. So how all these tissues is develop and grow, and what everything that matters in that path. So here, I want to talk about the 6 levels of that. In your presentation, when I send a link, when you enroll, you receive a link with this presentation. I just didn't learn yet how to share presentation here, but I will. So the first level is your ancestrality. We actually, I don't know if all of you know, that when your mom was in the belly of your grandma, yourself was in there already. So think with me. Your egg, the egg that would become you, was inside your mom's ovaries when she was inside the belly of your grandma. So understanding that, you know that it's not even just energetic, it's actually physical, it's really physical. Everything that your grandma passed in life in that time and in life in general, because the tissues that she gave to your mom and to yourself was built during that. So how was the state of your grandma emotionally, nutritionally? Was she going through starvation or undernutrition? Was she going under emotional trauma or a violent environment or war or maybe environmental toxins? Everything that her body was exposed to affect your mom, that was in the womb, that affects you as well because you was there as well. So that's how the ancestrality, the genes affect so much the reproductive system. And that's when I want you to learn to think. I have some patients and some people that come and say, I do everything right. And I have endometriosis since I am a teenager. So there is stuff that happens to us that was out of our control, that has been given to us as an inheritance, out of our control. Then the second level is the pregnancy of your mom, your pregnancy from your mom. So when you're in the belly of your mom, how was her situation? Her level of nutrition, her level of stress, her health in general, what she was exposed to. There was many moves, there were physical, geographical moves, which kind of traumas, which kind of experience she was exposed to. That takes in consideration because your reproductive tissues was being built, start to be built when we were inside the belly of your mom. So that's the inheritance that is out of our control. We cannot control that. And sometimes that affects our menstrual health. For some women, a lot, for some women, less. But that doesn't determine how we're going to act in the world and how our health will be. That gives us some weakness or strength, but doesn't determine until the end. Because then we go to the third level. That's our fertile life, our real life. Since we are in this world, what we have been exposed to. So nourishment, where we live, emotional, social, everything that we feed ourselves. And when I'm talking feeding, is through the five senses. So everything we're exposing ourselves, the work that we have been choosing, the diets, the lifestyle, the relationships, all that has been building our endometrial and have reflections in our menstrual health. And then we go to the fourth level of the build of this endometrial that we call the 100 days journey. 100 days is the time that, when I told you that we're born with all the eggs, for example, we're born a reserve with 400 eggs, but all the eggs come in a little sac that the follicle, that needs to be developed through the time, through the month. So that follicle takes 100 days to be developed. That is not just through the menstrual cycle itself. There is 100 days through until a follicle is ready to be the chosen one to ovulate during that month. In that 100 days, everything that we expose in terms of stress, nutrition, and experiences does matter for the quality of this follicle and the quality of your ovulation and the quality of your hormones, and affect directly in your menstrual health. So there's a 100 days journey. That's why when you say, I start to change my diet, I start to sleep well, and I'm taking a herb, for how long? 1 month, and I haven't seen results. Okay, we need more time, because we need more time until that really sits in and deep in all the tissues and just change the quality of the follicle. That's the fourth level. Then the fifth level is within the cycle. So the cycle can be, a normal cycle could run from 22 days until 35 days. So every 35 days you have a bleeding, or every 22 days you have a bleeding. Between this is a normal cycle. And then within this cycle, what have you been exposing yourself? What have you been living and experiencing and eating and experience all your senses, the five senses? Relationships, work, and is mainly movement, rest, sleep, all that, environment toxins. That's a very important moment. So within that cycle. And then we have a very dangerous window. That's our premenstrual strength week. né? That is when is the last chance to give you a bit of extra relief to your body or extra work or overwork. So that's the PMS. That is when the cravings really scream, and then we're gonna decide what we're gonna give to your body. If we're gonna really just react to the cravings of what we have been preparing to really nourish the body in that window. The PMS is a very dangerous window for taking after the liver and elimination. So if you're constipating during this week, it's very not good for us, because then you have overload of hormones that you don't need anymore. If you are in excess of alcohol, medicines, or sugar, or refined food, or not sleeping properly, not good for us, because the liver not going to work properly, and we need the detoxification process working perfectly here. So that's the last gap, the last window for that care. So that's the 6 levels that really affects the development of endometrium and the quality of the reproductive tissue. All the questions that you have, please, you can put in the comments. Even though I don't read right now, we're going to read in the end. So for you to not forget, just keep putting, and then we go back, okay? Both Instagram or here in the YouTube. And then after we go back a little bit. So that's the 50 learning that we have for today. So the 6th point we have here in the 6th point. Apart of all that we said, that's a long journey until the quality of this menstrual health, we have the nutrition. Nutrition's direct effect. We can go and understand a little bit more in detail that. By nutrition, when we're talking about Ayurveda, we're not just talking about what we eat, what we choose. We're not just talking about I eat organic, I don't eat gluten, I don't eat dairy or meat or this or that. Not just that, what matters here, what really matters most for Ayurveda terms is the quality of your digestive fire. That's the main point of Ayurveda, is to regulate digestive fire. Because if our digestive fire is not doing well, then is when we start to be intolerant to a whole lot of food. So foods that we used to be able to digest when we're very young, and then suddenly we cannot anymore. That means our body's getting tired, there is imbalances in digestive fire. And here, as well, when we keep as a habit eating excess of foods that are not food, so the ultra-processed foods, so foods with a lot of artificial emulsifiers, colors, flavors, and a very so much refined and modified that your body doesn't recognize as food anymore. Even if it's the organic, whole meal chips, sometimes when you turn the list of ingredients, you discover that's not food anymore. It's hard for your body to digest, and that weakens your digestive fire. That causes a reversal cycle. So when we eat too much of the hidden fats, the bad fats, chips, or pastries, all that, of course, that is in the long run as a habit. Do not, is our goal here to talk about bad about any food. Everybody's different. I know people that are extremely healthy that is everything. Meat, dairy, wheat, sugar, a little wine in the Saturday. They are perfectly healthy. So depends. Everybody's different. So we have to analyze. In Ayurveda, we always go to analyze the quality of your digestive fire. And here, it's just a top of the thing to open your a little window to think about it. But in the program that we're going to talk in the end of this video, I explain how I go so deep in this, and nutrition is so individualized. That's why when I have a program, I see one to one by one, because I have to consider all your past story and all your specific and unique symptoms to define what might be best for you at the moment or not. But here, there is a chain that I want to talk when we talk about nutrition. Let us see if you can read here. So we go here, foods, we consuming and intaking foods that are actually not real food, proper food. Then we weaken the digestive fire even more. And there is other practices, other habits that make us to weaken the digestive fire. That's eat when the last meal is not digested, or eat many times, or not eat at all. There's many habits that I teach in the long course That's how you really ignite your digestive fire, or how you causing problems in your digestive fire. But then, considering that most of us, including me, we all, because of the stressful lifestyle, we have a weakened digestive fire. And then we put in these foods that are not food, all the habits. And then we have an overload of undigested food in our gut. That disturbs and starts to ferment and disturb all the balance of our microbiota, all the bacteria that should give us all the good hormones, all the health, all the serotonin levels. They are now a bit disturbed, out of the balance, because there was a lot of undigested food arriving there because of our weak digestive fire. And that disturbed microbiota ended up causing vitamins and mineral deficiency. So a lot of women, a lot of patients, they eat very well, but suddenly they are lacking iron, lacking magnesium, lacking zinc, and they don't know why. And supplements sometimes will not resolve because the digestive fire is low. Because you eat, your digestive fire cannot break down, your microbiota cannot absorb properly, and then you start to have lack of vitamins and minerals. That takes us to another consequence, that's the cravings. So when you are deficient in minerals, and then the stress levels rise up inside the body, and the body needs to even eat more minerals, more iron, more magnesium, demands more to balance it out, then you have a lot of cravings. So that crazy sugar cravings, or even you need more stimulant in food. So you need more coffee, you need more alcohol, you have more cravings for the pastries, the oil food, the fried food, because your body is searching quick energy because it's lacking nutrition. And you don't know, because you're eating okay, you're eating fine, but you don't know, you're not able to break down that or to absorb that properly. And in the Western medicine, that kind of things are not well easily discovered, because it's not the main goal to analyzing deficiencies that are in a low grade. The main goal is to find that you're alive. It's an emergency to really solve a real problem. But when you are low in vitamins or minerals or weak digestive fire, that's not really the main goal of Western medicine, of modern medicine. It's not an emergency. And that usually goes on and on and on for years until it's really become a problem. And then once you have these cravings for sugar, stimulants, coffee, alcohol, and refined food, you start to eat because you understand what's happening, and then you impact even more the detoxification of the liver. So once you need more supplements, more medicines, more alcohol, more sugar, more refined food, more oil, your liver is overloaded trying to clean all that and cannot clean excess of hormones. That's when we see all this, I would say, like epidemic of estrogen dominance that everybody talks about. Estrogen dominance causes all these problems of acne and heavy periods, or other problems, gain weight, and or diverse problems. But that means that your liver, one of the reasons would be your elimination is not good. Your liver is not detoxifying properly, and maybe you're not even ovulating properly to create the balance between both of them. So I said a lot of things here. It's a very big resume of a very complex concepts, just to give a different idea how a holistic medicine would look into menstrual health. That's a bit more complex. It's a bit, we go beyond the what's seen as normal, just medicating palliative with steroid hormones or pills. We try to understand the roots, and that's some insights for you. I know here I go much deeper when we're talking about the program, and much more individualized. Everyone has your own history and your own necessities. But that's the 6th point, nutrition. It's not just about food. It's about you can digest and what you can eliminate it. Okay? And then we go to our 7 items. So we are 8 points for today. We are already the 7th, so we probably have some time to talk, to questions after. So the influence of day and night. There is a very interesting experiment that was done by, I'm not too sure if she was a researcher in the time, but probably in the 50s. When the pill came out, then the contraceptive pill became like a fever, and became a solution, and it was very useful for a long time because women had to get out of that submissive option that was just having kids, no control, and have to stay at home. So they found the pill, it was excellent, took us where we are now, thanks God, but now it's time to go a little bit beyond. And that lady, in the 50s, she already felt pill might not be for me. I'm gonna find another solution. So she did the experiment to herself. That experiment calls Lunaception and has a book. She makes sure her room in the night when she goes to sleep was absolutely dark for most of the month. And then during the time she want to synchronize her ovulation, she put some light that would mimic the light, enough light to mimic the light of the full moon. Then just for a few days in the time of the expected ovulation, she would have this little light in the room. And she did this for a few months, and she was successful. She was able to control her fertility just using the light. So full dark for most of the month, and using some light that mimics the full moon light during some days. And she ovulated in the days of the light. That's how much we can prove that the light affects our melatonin levels, the way that we sleep, and melatonin levels affect the ovulation. And that's for us to think that a part of all the development that we have in technology, our body are the same as thousands of years ago. And the body of us, we are so smart, but we still chickens with just more complex emotions. So even though we have all the electrical lights, the computer, and the phone, the body just recognizes light, day and night, day and night. And that's how the body organizes your circadian rhythms and your menstrual cycle. If you are expose yourself all the time to the light of screen when you should be dimming the light to sleep, you disturb that cycle. Even though you think you're still sleeping, might not be as good as quality sleep. And that by itself can disturb your menstrual cycle. So that's very important because it's easy for us to change. You can get this book and try yourself. I don't know if that would be a scientific proof research, but there is other experiments that women that expose themselves to the moon, if they have very little electricity lights, that would be my case here, but I know people living in the city don't have that option. But if you expose yourself to the moon every night and to the sunrise, you regulate your cycle just by doing that. Of course, having healthy habits as well, but that would be a massive change. So that's a very important point that is in our hands. We can change easily that. Go to sleep or dim the lights when it's time of your melatonin production. That would be between 7 and 9 and 10 until 10. That's the time that you have to be reducing lights, reducing the use of screen. Then for your body to produce the right amount of melatonin during the night and you have a very good quality sleep. And then in the morning, open the windows straight away. If you are in countries that are winter, heavy winter, have even a picture of a sunrise. That works as well. Use the lights. There is some special lights you can buy to simulate the day in this kind of countries, or if you don't have access to the light. Is that important to regulate your circadian times? So remember that phrase and maybe share social media, whatever. We just chickens with more complex emotions. Have to sleep in the day, sleep in the night, and stay active in the day. Okay, that's very important for menstrual health. And then our last point is what the body perceives as danger, as stress. For the body as well, the same way, doesn't really understand what's the difference between what you're thinking and what is real. The body feels she's thinking about something that makes her very anxious. She thinks there is a relationship that causes stress. She's thinking about that boss she doesn't want to meet. She's thinking about the trauma of the parents in the childhood that still linger on and wasn't unsolved. The body is chronically understanding that you're running from a lion. What the body is prepared to do in a healthy way is, you hear there is a fire in the kitchen, he sends cortisol, adrenaline, for you to run or fight or freeze or hide, and then after very little time, you come back to your normal state, you shake it off like the animals, and your body is reset. The body is designed to do that. The body is not designed to have ongoing stress, ongoing, and you're not running and you're not freezing, you're not doing anything, you're just there with that trauma, with that stress, with that problem, that anxiety. And in these days, we are so disconnected of nature and all this work with the body and shaking that we are, most of us, all of us, are chronically, constantly thinking in things that cause that stress and cause us to reach a stage of adrenal fatigue because of what we're thinking. The body do not know the difference. What's a real danger, what's a real natural disaster, or what's your fear from which. For the body is the same. What I'm saying that when your cortisol levels are so high for long term, they compete to your progesterone. Progesterone is that hormone that just is produced in the body if you ovulated. You ovulated, your temperature rise, and you start to produce progesterone. Progesterone means in Latin progestare, so progestation. So it's the hormone that holds your endometrium there for you to hold a pregnancy. Holds the endometrium there for you have the two weeks after ovulation until you have your period. So it's the hormone that needs to be there for you to have a proper long cycle, ideal cycle, and not having spottings. Is the hormone that is needed to calm you down. Is the hormone that is needed to balance your estrogen levels. So if your cortisol levels are so high that are competing with that hormone, your progesterone levels are so low, and then you start to have estrogen dominance again. And other symptoms. Migraines, there is many other symptoms that we can say about that. Or they have bleedings, for example. So that here, another very big insight for you to think about. The body do not know the difference between real danger and what we're thinking that's dangerous. And this cause a cascade of hormones that disturb our menstrual cycle as well. Think pretty much that's the summary of everything that involves our menstrual cycle. So I believe that with these informations from what we learned yesterday, a little bit of this Ayurvedic introduction in the doshas, and the knowledge that the cycle exists, that we have to respect, that the fact that we're tracking the cycle will help us to keep our self-esteem, to stop us to be comparing ourselves with other women. So if you know that there is a cycle and there is a time that I am more capable of rest, or more capable of be social, or more capable of be rational, strategic, I will accept myself where I am at. I'm not be comparing with the others, expecting I have the same result. So that's something that is about self-esteem, is about confidence, is about protecting your body for the long run. Because if you're respecting your cycle, honoring your rest and your necessities every month, you will have a better perimenopause and you have a better menopause. So, and when we learn all that potencies hidden in the cycle, we can change what the society believes and communicate about menstrual cycle. We can change what the society expects of us. If we start to respect and say, no, I won't do this appointment because I'm not feeling the best today. I need rest. I won't select this activity now because I think today that's not my best potency. I will do something else. I will do planning today. I will do something from home. If we start to put that in the world will change to receive us. We cannot wait until the world offers us a day off. They're not going to happen. That they are always going to keep asking for more because you keep performing. So if we have a lot of us sharing this and doing this, that can change the society. So I hope with all this knowledge, you already can do something. You already can share. You already can change something. And I'm here today this is part of a launching of a new way that I found. So this whole year, I've been putting all my time to study and to develop a course that is online course, but as well as an immersion and as well as a mentorship. So I start with a one-to-one online consultation. Then you go inside the content that are in videos. There is rituals, there is nutrition, there is recipes, there is diet, herbs, everything to help you digestify, elimination, all the doshas much deeper. And then with that knowledge, we have some meetings alive with the group. And in the end, you have a new consultation to finalize all the process and have more referrals and recommendations and prescriptions of herbs. So that's a program that I set up, is ready, and I'm launching today. So this is the opportunity to go deeper if you want to go. But I know that just with this knowledge you got from yesterday and today, you were able to change a lot. So that's my offering for you today. And here I'm open to all the questions that you might have before we do the giveaway. So stay there. And I explain a little bit where this link, where you can have more information about the program, of the special prizes for the people that were here. There is a special discount for the first ones. There is a little bit more special conditions. So we can take these questions in the end, but now let's go for the questions. Okay, so let us see if I found anything here. Okay, 31, current premenstrual. Okay, nice. But how do we already have sperms or egg if we are just growing? From Arthur, son. Yeah, Arthur, I know. To be honest, the sperm works a bit different. You don't born with all your sperms. The sperms you keep developing, no stop forever. Women are the one that born with a reserve. There's about 400 eggs and average. That depends very well of your health, the health of your mom, the health of your grandma. They born with the eggs, and then during the years that you grow, you start to develop them. So they just little tiny thing, and then you start to develop them. Every month you develop a new one, and that new one is chosen to become a proper egg. Okay, Arthur. I have to study a bit more about the man's health, but I don't believe you're born with everything. I believe you keep developing the whole life until you die. This is fascinating. Okay, we are just two with more complex emotions. Okay, great question, Arthur. Okay, there is any personal question, any doubt you have, any expectation you have for this training? Anything personal that's happening with you, that you have expectation, you want to learn? When we crave chocolates, which minerals are missing? Magnesium. Black dark chocolate is very rich in magnesium, but we usually get the one with more sugar because it's the quickest way for the body to get energy, and the body knows that. So as more lacking magnesium you are, as more sugar you're gonna crave. And you think about chocolate because it has magnesium too. So there is other ways to add magnesium to your health during the month. So that's why we talk about adapting the diet as well with your cycle. So that's what I teach as well, and all the foods that are magnesium rich. So dark chocolate would be one, but it's very hitting because it has caffeine. So not everybody goes good with chocolate. It's not just, let's eat dark chocolate because of the magnesium. Tahini, black sesame seeds would be the best source of magnesium and calcium. So you can make tahini sauces every day, desserts, milk, everything with sesame seeds. Okay, can you talk about Candida? Okay, let us see in the Instagram if there is anything else. Can you talk about Candida on Instagram? Yes, I can. That Candida go a little bit out of the menstrual topic here, but yeah, definitely. Candida is an overgrowth of one fungus that we naturally have in the body. Everybody has the Candida living there. And if your vaginal microbiota and gut microbiota are doing balance, are doing okay, you live very happy with the Candida. But once it's out of the balance, because of a low digestive fire, then the overgrowth of Candida. That's exactly what I said. So there is an imbalance of the microbiota. And then the overgrowth of Candida, once goes out of the vaginal tract, from the gut could go to the vaginal tract, and vaginal tract to the gut, and then grows within the whole body. Maybe there's people that has a chronic Candida overgrowth, and then has even skin problems and other problems that can show that the Candida took over the whole body. It's kind of a mold situation. When you have a very weak digestive fire and a heated body, acidic body, because of emotions, food, habits, and is the perfect environment for the Candida to really grow without control. And then you start to have the symptoms of infections and fungus infection. There is sometimes that as well our immunity is low. That's the point that during the menstruation bleeding days our immunity is so low. So that's why we have to take so much care, because it's normal. We get the pH change in the vagina, and then some women get Candida just before the period or after the period, because change the pH. That's why we have to be so careful with the rest and the immunity care during these days, because of the Candida as well. Because our immunity wasn't doing all right, and then if your body is very tired, very exhausted, the Candida can take over. And then there is a relationship between the undigested sugars and carbs that feeds the Candida. She ferments, she's a fungus. But if you are healthy, if digestion fire is going okay, that's not going to be a problem. But if not, all the sugar and fermented and white bread and carbs would be a problem as well. So I don't know if, can you talk about Candidase on the intestine? Yeah, okay, that's what's happening, right? So one feeds the other. So goes from the vaginal tract to the gut. That's what we're talking here. Then it's exactly the whole pathway that we talk. There is undigested food because a stressed body, your digestive fire was weak, so very stressed, emotional, lifestyle, eating in a run, eating things that are hard to digest. So Ayurveda treats that with habits and using the spices and few herbs to increase your digestive fire. So there's a lot of ginger there, and you can even use in a Western medicine. You could use if that overgrowth is took over so much, you need an antifungal that you take. I don't even think you need prescription for that, but you need supervision from a GP, because might have side effects if you're gonna do it in that hard way. And then you will take some garlic, oregano pills. When it's a low grade, I just treat with spices and teas and food. But when in a high grade, like intestines, then you probably use the naturopath medicines that would be a tincture or a capsule of garlic, oregano that are antifungal. That's why here in Ayurveda teach you guys how to use the spices in a daily basis, because that is never leaving you to get out of the balance. Then you need a much more deep and would be a care that have side effects. And then you can use that, and then you have to change a bit of your diet. Be careful with anything that could ferment it. So you're probably going to have to have a very specific diet that has to be supervised by someone. But pretty much, Candida in the gut, in the vaginal overgrowth is problem of immunity, low digestive fire, have to look emotions, have to look digestion. So it's all part of the same system. Organic cacao is good for magnesium and the crave at the same time. Yeah, it is. If you don't have problem with the caffeine, for example, for me, that I love dark chocolate, is not working as well, very well lately, because it irritates my bladder, for example. I'm so sensitive to caffeine. I have zero, that even the caffeine that's available in the black tea or in the chocolate affects me. So affects my nervous system as well. So doesn't do very well for me. But if that's not a problem for you, the organic raw cacao, that really have cacao, because one day I share on my Instagram reading the list of the ingredients. You have to list the ingredients of a chocolate. There is more milk or more sugar in that than cacao powder. Doesn't worth it. Gonna be the same problem. So the prop cacao, the cacao powder, I cheat you with some of my recipes for my more cravings in the PMS, premenstrual strength week. That is to mix tahini with cacao powder and maple syrup, all dates. Then you make a little sweet in the fridge. Christina is here doing because she done a workshop with me and she ate it, the little balls. So that's kind of the recipes that I teach. How to mix the things that's gonna be good for you. And then you can even put some cardamom powder because that balances the effects of the caffeine as well. And even cinnamon powder to balance the effects of the sweets of the maple syrup in case you have any glycemic problem spike that as well create inflammation. So it's how to mix all these foods and the spices is something else that's part of our program as well. But yeah, you can. Organic cacao, tahini, dates would be an awesome treat for cravings. You can do it if you're not working with reducing and calories, deficient. You need to do a diet that needs to be deficient in calories. That's not my thing. I don't work with diets to decrease weight. I work with a diet for consequence. You decrease naturally weight because it's less inflamed. That is not my goal. Good to know. Thank you so much. Yeah, that tahini treat sounds great. Yeah, try it. I already share on Instagram many times. That time, I love it. Okay, any more? Okay. Oh, hello, Andrea, Ju. How you going? Okay. Any more questions? Personal questions? Anything that went too fast? We have a little bit, we probably just have more 8 minutes, not too much. So we could do the giveaway. And as well, I just talked the last things about the program. Everyone that's enrolled in this open class that have the mail in the mailing will receive a link. With the link and the special offer and all the details, probably receiving very soon. Otherwise, in the Instagram, I'm gonna change the link for this page. And you can ask me WhatsApp and direct messages as well. And the first 15 women or 10 women that enroll have a very special condition, a price, and can pay in many installments and everything like that. And as well, the first 3 women that go with me, that start with me, maybe tonight or tomorrow, we will get one more product from the line. So in the course, when you join, when you finish, you get as a prize one product. That's your prize of finishing the course and changing your life. So you get a facial mask. So if you are one of the 3 first ones today, you get as well a womb oil. So there is oil for the womb, for the cramps and all the problems of women that are from the goddess. So there's the Pitta, Vata, and Kapha. So if you are one of the 3 that decide to join the program today, you get the facial mask and the womb oil. That's surprise, that's new. And you have a special condition, but everything is in the link. I think that's pretty much what I have to say about that. But all the questions, you can just send direct messages in the mail and we chat, okay? Then I think that's it. That's the giveaway now. If you don't have anything more to ask. Christine, my friend, is here. You want to come here, darling? Maybe you can have a look in the names from Instagram.
No, I've been taking note of everyone that has been commenting. So give me a number between 1 and 20.
A number between 1 and 20. Yesterday was 8. I gave today 17.
17, okay.
So you can choose the prize. The person that goes first can choose.
Milena!
Oh my gosh! Milena! Oh, Milena, you and Christina.
No, I can show you the list. I can't.
She showed me the list to say. Milena was asking yesterday, she won an Ayurvedic planner. Milena got the Ayurvedic planner. This is Instagram calls My Ayurvedic Diary. If you're interested, they donated one prize for us, the girls. So we go in the profile as well and have a look. It's beautiful Ayurvedic planner. It has tips about Ayurveda. It has an article here that I wrote about menstrual health. It's a beautiful product. So this one is Milena. Well, because she sent a message yesterday saying, "Oh, would you like to get?" But Yeah.
I've been showing the numbers. I counted.
Yeah, I chose the
Check
number.
again.
Yeah, okay.
Check again.
You prove, Chris. And then we might have one more today. Then I'm happy. One facial mask. You guys can choose. So maybe did you choose from YouTube and Instagram? Did you put both names? Or
Yes.
anybody?
Yes. So do you want to give me another number? Are there many comments on Instagram?
Yes. There is. Just thank you for the content. Can we watch this live later? Yeah, I'm gonna leave in the same link in the YouTube for 2 days, I believe. The one from yesterday, the one from today, about 2 days. Okay, you can watch there and you can share as well. So
give me another number.
Another number. There is one more person on Instagram that you put Maya Luart. Is she there? And Beatriz Cardozo, is she there? So let's put 2 more. So it's now 22 now.
Yeah, 22.
Number 4.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4. Natalia. Yeah, she was there in the beginning of on Instagram.
Is Natalia there? I don't think so.
Is she there?
Natalia L. Gonzalez.
Yeah. Let's see. Let's wait to see if she replies. If not, we'll go to the next one.
Yeah. Okay.
So Milena asked to learn more, to find out more about the course.
Okay. To find out about the course, you will receive an email straight away, but you go. I type here so it's my website, groundedayurveda.com/my grounded cycle. So the name of the course is My Grounded Cycle. So on my website you go /my grounded cycle, and I will change the Instagram link and send an email to everybody that's enrolled here, and you can read everything over there. And this course is going to be open for enrollments just for 1 week. So my goal is to have a group of 20 women for this first edition, because I will talk twice with each one, have online consultation. So I need a small group to really give the support I want to give. So it's a very limited group for this first edition, and it's open just for 1 week. And then after that, I will make a long trip. So I have a family trip to make. So probably another group, I don't know, it's going to be just by the end of the year, something like that. But that's it.
Has Natalia replied on Instagram?
I think so.
No, the next one in line is Mari Coutinho.
Mari Coutinho. No, I think they just popped by and then they went away.
The next one in line is the lady that asked about the Candida.
Yeah, I think she would be here. Let's wait. Marceli, are you there? So if Mari is there or Marceli is there, you would get a facial mask. We talk to you later. Okay, I think that's it, girls. Thank you so much for being here with me until 8. We did 1 hour. That was my goal. If there is anything else you want to ask in the message, so always you can send hello at groundedayurveda.com. My website is groundedayurveda.com, and you can send a message there. And please share this video, share this class with your friends, and if you can share on social media as well, help us to spread that knowledge, and invite some friends to watch that. It's going to be online for a few days. Please invite some friends to watch, give a review or send a testimonial, anything you can help us to spread that. And I can keep doing this free online. Nice to meet you all. Olivia from Melbourne. That was so cool having you. Samantha, Milena, thank you so much for being with me until the end. And Christine is my friend that helped me here. Thank you, and see you all soon. Bye.
Bye.